We welcome you to Thompson Bowling Arena, the site for tonight's non-conference matchup between the Tennessee Lady Volunteers and the Arkansas Pine Bluff Lady Lions. Here in Knoxville, alongside Steve Hamer, Andy Brock with you here. Tonight's matchup features a duo of first-year head coaches still trying to get a feel for their new squads here in the early going of 2019, and one of them being first-year head coach Don Brown of the Lady Lions.
Yeah, definitely tough sledding for the Lady Lions tonight as they face a very formidable foe in the Lady Vols here at the Summit. Our hearts are certainly heavy with Coach Brown. It is with heavy hearts that our team's going to play tonight. Losing someone so young, it really puts this game of basketball into perspective. We get up for this game of basketball, but it's definitely meaningless when you talk about the tragic loss of someone so young. We send our condolences out to the entire community, but talking to Coach Brown earlier, she wanted me to express her thankful heart, how much she really appreciated this university, the Lady Vol program, but more importantly, the community of Knoxville for the overwhelming outreach. It was great support, and she's very thankful for that.
Certainly a tragic circumstance for this Lady Lions squad, as you said. Definitely playing with heavy hearts tonight, but definitely playing for Sierra Lee here. Lots of support from the community here in Knoxville as well. This game is underway. Arkansas Pine Bluff, an early steal. Got a miss from Noelle Taylor. Both sides here trying to fill each other out in the early going, and ball squirts out of bounds off the Lady Lions.
Man, my hands got to be quicker. That ball came right by my right hand. I've got to do a better job of being in a stance, Andy, and having a chance to get to that ball.
Well, here's the lineup that Kelly Harper will go with for her Lady Vols. Pretty standard up to this point to start the season. We'll feature Renaya Davis. Leads the team both in points and in rebounds. The junior has been solid. So has Jordan Horston there. She fires her first three. Skews off. It'll be a rebound and a foul on Tennessee.
Yeah, I think that the biggest challenge, obviously, for the Lady Lions, Andy, tonight is just going to be the size disadvantage. When you speak of the Lady Vols, who average across the board, over 6 feet tall, and the Lady Lions have got just a couple of people to combat that. They've got to be able to box out. You're going to see them play a lot of 2-3 zone tonight and hopefully kind of pack it in and dare the Lady Vols to shoot the basketball. So it's a big challenge.
That's certainly the storyline when you talk about Tennessee Lady Vols basketball this year, especially in these early non-conference games. How will Arkansas Pine Bluff deal with the height? And that might be one solution. The deep ball, it skews off. No good from Kiana Harris. Moving the other way quickly is Horston, and she's fouled. Offensive foul called. Pine Bluff ball.
Yeah, Horston's really got a jump stop. She's got to come through the paint. She's really got a jump stop. If you look here, she's got a great head of steam, great in and out dribble with the right hand. But if you jump stop there, it gives you a chance to pass the ball or shoot the ball under control and just win it out of control. Great call by the official.
Horston, the freshman, savvy guard, as she's charged with her first foul. Here's the lineup for Don Brown in her first season for her Lady Lions, featuring Aya El Hassan, who's leading the team in scoring right now.
Yeah, Aya's got to be the one that's got to be that real go-to player for them right now. But you got to like the fact that Coach Brown has got this team prepared to play. You've really got to shake off the cobwebs. You've got to shake off everything, and it's just you against the world right now. So they've come out, and, the Lady Vols scored their first 2 points of the basketball game, but you got to be happy if you're a Lady Lions fan thus far.
Really fast-paced 2 minutes as Lou Brown gets the first points of the evening. Lady Vols taking an early lead. Lady Vols team that did not trail one single moment in their win last week over Stetson.
Yeah, and you expect that tonight, especially given the fact that the Lady Lions are true road warriors. I believe they're playing their first 9 games on the road, which is really, really tough, and they got off to not so good start with the Illini their last outing. They were down 21-0. So, I'm certainly hoping that they have a better start to this basketball game.
9 straight road games to start the season. Certainly a tough way to start, but they do play 5 games against Power 5 conferences. Certainly will get them ready for conference play in the future.
Absolutely. It bodes well for them in the SWAC conference.
Harris having to shoot with the shot clock dwindling down. It's rejected. Another Tennessee Lady Vol block as they do that fairly well to start the season. Horston will take her second three. This one also off the mark. Tamari Key, 6'5" center, grabs the board. Another try for Horston. No good. Another offensive rebound. Foul in one, Renaya Davis.
Yeah, I like the shots by Jordan Horston. Against Stetson, she came out in her first threes, hit nothing but the bottom of the net. So, with these type of shots, she's going to look and she's going to knock those down. Renaya Davis just would not settle of being boxed out. So she got in, got around the defender, got the hoop in the harm.
Well, there's Kelly Harper in her 16th season here as a head coach as she comes back to her alma mater where she served 4 brilliant years as a player. She's just so excited to be back here coaching Tennessee Lady Vols.
Well, this is a job that she dreamed about. And I think she's the right person for this job. She's got the right mentality, the right mindset to get these Lady Vols to where they should be back on top.
Already a great start to her first campaign here on Rocky Top. 5-0 for the first time in her coaching career as she tries to make it 6 tonight. As Tamari Key goes up for a big rebound. She's fouled on the way down on the Lady Lions.
Well, Andy, I think, Coach Harper likes this basketball team. Are they ready right now to challenge the rigors and to challenge South Carolina and Mississippi? They're probably not ready right now, but give them another month. Give the young girls a chance to really have that chemistry with the older girls, have a good mix, and I think they're going to be just fine.
Massengill cross to Horston. She elects to drive this time. Spin move, dish to Tamari Key, and a finish.
Great pass. Great pass by Horston, and great set of hands by Tamari Key as well to catch that.
That's what you can expect out of Jordan Horston. Savvy moves like that. She has the flash, and that was a brilliant dish.
Well, you like the fact, too, that, her being a youngster, she didn't settle for that three-point look. She ball faked and got to the paint at will and dished it off.
Tennessee wants to run the fast break. Renaya Davis in the paint. Tries to dump it inside, gives the ball away.
That's another great pass. Unfortunately, Lou Brown wasn't able to catch that. But look at this spin move here. Nice dish, but a great catch by Tamari Key. A lot of freshmen won't be able to catch that pass. To go sail through their hands right out of bounds, but her hands were ready and put it right up for the basket.
Freshman to freshman connection as Tamari Key and Jordan Horston have already implemented themselves well here in Knoxville early. Key fixtures in the starting lineup here in their first season.
Yeah, they're going to be fixtures for a long time to come. They're going to be in that starting lineup. They're only going to get better.
Massengill takes a jumper. She's good.
Yeah, if you're Coach Brown, we got to stop the bleeding at some point. You were down your last outing 21-0. Now they look up and they're down 9-0 in this matchup. They're going to have someone get to the paint, maybe draw a foul. Maybe get something consistently going. That's what they needed.
A jumper from just about the free throw line for Tumi Amusa. She draws some contact. She'll be headed to the line as Pine Bluff looking for their first points. Tennessee, though, a fast start as both teams off and running here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Vols out and running here early at Thompson Bowling Arena. They lead 9-0. We welcome you to our broadcast center. Steve Hamer here with Andy Brock. Tennessee already off to a good start. Their non-conference slate, 5 wins for the first time in Kelly Harper's coaching career. They're really off to a hot start.
They really are. None bigger than the win up at Notre Dame. That's a fantastic win. Going in as underdogs, you against the world type of mentality. But Coach Harper instills toughness with these young ladies right now and demands excellence. So it bodes well for the Lady Vols in the future.
And 2 players who have really been standing out early have certainly been Renaya Davis and Jordan Horston. If you look at the numbers, what they've been able to do, feeding off one another, both top 2 in the team in scoring.
Yeah, it's a dynamic duo, terrific twosome. Whatever you want to say about these 2 young ladies, they're excellent basketball players. They got the right mindset. They got tenacity to go to the basket. They don't mind getting into the paint, mixing it up. Jordan's averaging 11.2 points a game, which is great for a freshman. Then you got Renaya Davis, 15.4. But, the thing, Andy, that I like most, is the fact that they're both averaging over 5 rebounds a game. That's big time. They're not afraid to mix it in the orange and get a rebound.
Not only that, both shooting above 40% from the floor. You can get that kind of quality and that kind of performance game in and game out from your two-star players. That's such a big contribution.
Yeah, and again, going back to the win at Notre Dame, you got your freshman, Jordan Horston, who goes up there and has a fantastic basketball game in that type of environment. It only bodes well for you the rest of the season because she's going to be a stalwart in the starting lineup. That's just a given. So as Renai gets better, Jordan gets better, Lou gets better, and then you bring someone like Ray Burrell off the bench, who is, according to Coach Harper, just a spark plug. And we see that night in and night out. This team's going to be okay.
Certainly the pieces are there for Kelly Harper in her first season. Already got that one marquee victory over Notre Dame on the road. As you mentioned, Renai Davis in that game, 33 points, 10 rebounds, really cemented herself as that big player in big-time games.
Oh, absolutely. Big-time players show up in big-time games. So, when you have someone like Renai Davis that will not afraid to knock down open looks, not afraid to get what she's doing right there, get to the basket with ease, it just speaks well for what Coach Harper is doing right now for the Lady Vols.
Well, speaking of big-time games, if you stick around halftime, you'll see very own Steve Hamer go one-on-one versus Renai Davis in a game of VOL. Was
that taped?
I think so.
Wow. I thought that she had requested no cameras. I didn't know that was taped, but, I got to be modest here, man. I got to be modest, and we'll let the footage speak for itself.
Steve Hamer jumper on camera at halftime. Stick around for a very anticipated matchup there. Kushkitawa in the paint draws the foul and one. A little bit of a height advantage there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a height advantage of Kiana Harris. But, you look at this ball movement from the Lady Vols. Renai Davis didn't have anything on the inside. Quick whip-around pass from Horston to an outmatched, undersized Kiana Harris for the Lady Lions.
Last game against Stetson, Tennessee, they recorded their highest assist total of the season. They had 19 dishes. Already 4 here in this one. Is a team that's becoming a little more familiar with one another and really getting in sync, and the assist numbers are slowly rising for them.
Yeah, these ladies, they're not afraid to share the ball. They trust one another, and that's a part of building that team chemistry that Coach Harper has really alluded to time and time again.
Lady Lions looking to respond. It's El Hassan who travels, so it'll be a turnover for the Lady Lions.
Well, again, I think if you're Coach Brown, you don't like to start right now because what you're having one player handle the ball and the other 4 Lady Lions just standing around and watching. You can't have that in this type of atmosphere. You've got to move, set some screens, have some ball movements, make the defense move, make it tougher on the Lady Vols.
We talk about how assists have been so key for Tennessee here lately. That's something that Arkansas Pine Bluff is certainly trying to improve on, as they only have a 9.3 assists per game. That's last in their conference at the moment. Just certainly figuring out, how to work their offense and spread the ball around.
Yeah, it just tells me that there's a lot of standing around. A lot of standing around when you don't have that type of assist numbers. You're relying on one person to kind of set the tone and go one-on-one, and that's just not good basketball.
Tennessee currently on a 7-0 run here over the last minute. They lead by 15 in the early going. Already 12 rebounds compared to Arkansas Pine Bluff's 2. Tyler Byburn gets to go, a freshman who's really been making an impact.
Yeah, she got to the paint, kind of forced it up, and it went in, so that's a good look.
A steal. Hassan gets in there with Kamara Harris, and she'll take the jump shot the other way. Rims out, but an offensive board for the Lady Lions. Atmore driving through the paint, and Kushkitawa too much to handle there.
Yeah, Kushkitawa might have gotten away with a little foul there. But, if you're Coach Harper, this is one of the dangers of leading 16-3. Girls tend to get a little sloppy. You turn the ball over a little more than what you should. So that was one of her biggest concerns this afternoon going into this ball game tonight.
6 turnovers already for Tennessee. Arkansas Pine Bluff, they certainly don't have the height advantage, but they'll be scrappy. They'll get in there. They're a very good team at picking your pocket.
Yeah, if you could see the look on Coach Harper's face just now as Jordan Horston's going to be the person that's going to sub out. This here is not necessary. It's not necessary. When you have a wing player, Rennie was on the wing, she's going to be responsible to have the better angle to get a post pass in there. There's no need for that.
Horson's certainly a good passer. We've already seen 3 assists from her tonight, but also he's still trying to get those turnover numbers down. You know, freshman, you'll have those freshman mistakes here and there, but 4 turnovers a game, definitely a number that Coach Harper and her certainly want to see go down.
Yeah, it's the good and the bad. You know, when you have a freshman that starts off the game as she did, you know, slashing to the basket, getting some easy points here, dishing the ball, then it just seems to be that, you know, you want to make that tough pass. You want to make that Magic Johnson pass, if you will, when a simple pass would suffice.
Noelle Taylor at the line for the Lady Lions. She misses her first opportunity. Taylor, the senior guard out of Fairfax, Virginia, leads the team with 3 steals a game. She's 1 for 2.
Got a bit of an awkward stroke, but as long as it goes in, it doesn't really matter what it looks like.
Arkansas Pine Bluff, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the SWAC. 73% this season.
There's the difference. There's the difference. You got Massengill who makes a simple pass to Rennie on the perimeter. She has the better post angle.
That's something we were able to talk with Coach Harper. It's the difference between Massengill and Horson. That was a nice dish.
Yeah, so you make that pass to the wing. She's got a great chance, a great look to get the pass inside. It's an easy bucket.
Assist from Jessie Rennie. She has it on the wing now. The differences between Massengill and Horson, they're almost complete opposites in the way they play. Horson, she's good. She scores first almost. She likes to create the offense, makes the flashy plays. Massengill more pass first and doing things like that, blocking shots as well.
That's what she does. That's on huge. Massengill, you know, her game is going to evolve. She's going to get better, and she's going to get better, get a little bit more confidence on the offensive end. But, you know, she can do it all.
It's her 7th block on the year so far for a point guard. That's some gaudy numbers.
That's big time. That's big time. You know, she can cover ground, not afraid to get in and block a shot or two.
There she is, swoops in for the offensive rebound. As you might not see lots of points rack up for her, but she's an all-around player. Assists, rebounds, you see right there, she finds Cam Harris.
Yeah.
She'll fill the stat sheet.
Absolutely. You know, the thing about Coach Harper's team, the cupboard's not bare. You know, when she took over the helm of this program, the cupboard was not bare, and teams need to understand that this is a formidable foe. The Lady Vols, they got size, they have shooting, and they've got heart. And with those 3 things, they can go a long ways.
Certainly plenty of ways that they can beat you, and a lot of those ways have been defensively, using their height, getting those rebounds, blocking shots, and limiting their opponents to very low percentages from the floor. First free throw off the mark from Noelle Taylor. She's back at the line. Is 1 point earlier from the free throw line. 1 for 2 once again, and Tennessee's lead cut to 15.
Still a manageable deficit for the Lady Lions. Cause some turnovers. You know, it's late in the first quarter. You get some confidence. You're playing great defensively. You're just outmatched in the post. You really are.
Mara Harris, mid-range jumper once again. That's her 2nd one of those. She's really developing that mid-range game and a key player off the bench for the Lady Vols.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that you can rely on if you're Coach Harper later on down the stretch, when you have someone of her size that can make a 15-footer.
Ray Burrell to the rim off the steal, 2 points.
There's that spark plug again with Ray Burrell. Instant offense.
Ray Burrell's come off the bench and put up some big numbers in her last 2 games. Give her 2 steals now here as she runs the fast break once again. Gets poked away, but still a good run.
Yeah, you know, this is what Coach Harper was talking about earlier today. You know, just a spark plug of energy. Pokes the ball away, makes a great finish on the other end.
Ray Burrell, double digits in her last 2 games, had her first career double-double over Stetson, as Cam Harris goes for 6 already.
Cam's really playing well.
Taylor, the other end, banks it in.
Wow. I think that hit the shot clock, didn't it? I mean, she put some arc on that thing. That's what you got to do, though.
Well, Taylor leading the Lady Lions with 4 points. As first quarter winding down, as Tennessee can't get one to go to close the quarter, but all Tennessee here in quarter number 1. They have a formidable lead as they close the quarter, making 4 of their final 4 field goals, 26-7. Saturday, it's all about the rivalries in Week 14 of the college football season. Kentucky hosts Louisville at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, followed by Vandy and Tennessee. Then Florida State squares off against number 11 Florida at the Swamp at 7:30. All three games are right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Score here at the end of one, Tennessee having the early advantage, 26-7. As Arkansas Pine Bluff, though, they did do some good things. They forced 8 turnovers on the Lady Vols.
Yeah, forced 8 turnovers, and they forced the Lady Vols into 6 fouls in the first quarter. So, those are positives. But on the reverse, you look at the negatives. They're only shooting 13% from the floor, 2 out of 15 for their field goals. That's just not going to cut it. But game trends for them. This whole year, they seem to get better as the game goes along. They shoot better in the second, third, and fourth quarter. So look for them to catch a little bit fire here.
Certainly an improvement from being down 19-0 to Illinois just in their last game, as they were able to scrap back from that deficit and cut it into 10 in the fourth quarter. So definitely a team that plays to the final whistle.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Arkansas Pine Bluff playing some transition offense after Renaya Davis gets the basket. They missed the layup. Tennessee able to regain the ball.
Yeah, those are the must-haves. You got to have those layups, especially in transition when the Lady Vols are not back. Their bigs are not set. They're not cemented in the paint. You got to make those layups.
Return to the floor for the Lady Vols is Jaden McCoy, the redshirt junior from Knoxville, Tennessee, as she transferred from Northwest Florida State College, as she was out for a period of time with that left-hand injury, but now she's back here.
It's good to get her some action as well. Get her acclimated to playing. Should have had her first basket there.
Got the offensive rebound, couldn't quite finish it, but definitely be helpful in terms of depth for the Lady Vols, especially as they keep moving through this non-conference schedule. Certainly some tough opponents. There's Emily Saunders with a nice block. Saunders, one of those centers who will provide some depth, and there she is. She follows up the layup.
We were talking to Coach Harper today. It looks like the young bigs, Emily, Tamari, they're kind of getting their sea legs a little bit, getting some action, some good action. It's good to see them get up and down the floor and score.
3 other way for Hel Hassan off the mark. Tennessee will run the other way. Well, Saunders, 2 blocks last week in minimal minutes against Stetson. Figured to get a lot more here tonight. Here in the second quarter, already going for it, as she can't get that one to go, but already a block and 2 points for him.
Yeah, Saunders just got such good length. She's skilled. She just needs more time. This gives her some confidence. Get a block on one end and get down the court, hustle down the court, set good post position, get your feet established in the paint, knock it down.
Tennessee well in control here in the second quarter.
Once again, guys, Steve Hamer with All-Star Renaya Davis. Renaya, we're going to do 90 feet of Renaya Davis. Renaya Davis, first of all, tell me who's your best friend?
My best friend, I got a few of them, so I got to give all of them a shout out, or else I'm probably going to be in trouble. Terry, a boy from home, my other best friend, Nola, plays basketball at a Division II school in Georgia, and then my other best friend is at Auburn.
At Auburn.
Kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, favorite prank that you've ever played on someone or someone's ever played on you?
I really don't do pranks. My friends kind of know not to really. I don't really like surprises and stuff like that, so they stay away from me.
Ah, got you. Favorite movie?
I have a lot of favorite movies. I like cliche enough. I like Love and Basketball. I think the message in that movie is good to me. Coach Carter was also another one. I felt like
Carter
I had a pretty good message.
Right. Yeah, true story. One of my favorite movies is Toy Story 3.
I like Toy Story too.
Ah, very nice, very nice. So, next question. If you could go anywhere on Earth and spend only 24 hours, where would you go?
Like only 24 hours, like, and can't come back? Nothing?
No, you're going to come back, but you can only spend 24 hours there.
All right. Hawaii. Somewhere in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah, that's my dream vacation.
Yeah. So thank you. You're going to buy my ticket to go here soon?
I'll think about it.
Excellent. Renaya Davis.
Certainly a great conversation you had with Renaya, not just talking about basketball, but really asking the hard-hitting questions, getting to know more about her personally. Not just a good player, but a great person as well.
Hey, that's why I'm here, man. It's the tough questions, the hard-hitting questions, man. You know, I ask the questions that people want to know, you know. But Renaya is such a great basketball player. I just wanted to get a chance to know her more in terms of her personality. And she's got a wonderful personality, just an all-around, well-rounded kid.
Here in her third season with the Lady Vols, has done nothing but improve as she's gone along, but really hasn't had to improve that much. She's been so solid from day one.
Yeah, from day one. She's someone that, you know, the previous coaching staff as well as Coach Harper could count on. And, you know, she's a leader. She's an unspoken leader. That's not what she does in terms of, you know, being a vocal leader, but she just leads by example, and that is just such a good thing for this young Lady Vol basketball team.
Preseason coaches all SEC first team honors for second team in the media. Well deserved, as she's already playing up to that preseason height.
Yeah, you know, and challenging her to you know, game of basketball. I'm telling you. So you're sure that there's footage of that?
I am almost positive. We'll have to see at halftime.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to shooting some hoops again with her sometime soon.
Double-double against Notre Dame and against Tennessee State. She has 3 of those on the year. That's a pretty good stat line to have. 15 against Stetson. That also led the team. She's not only been a leader statistically, but really just setting the tone for the rest of her teammates. Try another jumper off the rim. Maybe some contact, no call. Other way goes Harris, and Renaya Davis meets her with a block.
Yeah. You know, if you're Harris, it's tough. You know, you're the shortest person on the floor for both teams. You really got to pull that out. That's, you know, you're not going to get that shot off against anyone, and especially Renaya Davis with her athleticism. You just got to pull it out. Wait for your teammates to get down the floor, maybe set up an offense.
Well, 4 blocks already for Tennessee as Harris heads on over towards us.
There's a magnet over here, Andy.
That's right.
I'm telling you, there's a magnet over here.
2 objects have already flown your way.
Yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel, as there will be a turnover. Tennessee is 4 blocks. They have 42 total blocks already on the season. That ranks 3rd in the nation. That's just another way they can beat you.
Yeah, they're going to beat you with their defense as well as their offense this year.
Jada McCoy top of the key, almost gives it away as El Hassan gets a hand in there. Now she'll take a free throw line jumper off the mark. Still looking for those first points back.
Good looking stroke, though. That's a good looking stroke, good looking shot. She can knock those shots down. We've seen that in practice and in shoot around. She's got a great touch around the basket.
Harris with the ball, still looking for her first points here of the night. Taylor, or El Hassan, thinks about it, and she's fouled.
But I liked her movement. Andy, you know, if we could go back and look at that, you look at the fact that not one person held the ball for too long. They're moving around, they're setting screens, and you make the Lady Vol defense work. You're going to get a better chance at getting a better look at the basket. So good offense there.
Not often we've seen Arkansas Pine Bluff really slow down their tempo, and that was a nice development they had as they look to score here. Ball loose, Tennessee comes away with it. Renaya Davis the other way. Ray Burrell on the drive, can't quite get it to go, and that'll be a foul on Saunders.
I really like her game, Andy. I do, man. Ray was on the floor on the other end, came up with the loose ball, hustled down the floor, caught it at the three-point line, didn't settle for the 3, and just drove to the basket. Might have gotten away with a little contact, the Lady Lions did, but, you know, just I like her game.
You know, for some people, when they come off the bench, they almost take it as a negative thing. But you think, you know, Ray Burrell has really sort of to adapt this as her role, and being the spark off the bench, coming in, providing, and being very productive, and maybe not as much minutes, but still being that spark and that hustle player first off the bench.
Yeah, you know, you got a lot of guys, especially at the next level, that make their name on being a 6th man. You know, Vinny the Microwave Johnson. You may be a little bit young for that, Andy. Remember that guy played with the Pistons, but he was instant offense, man. You put him in the game, and you can count on 15 to 20 every night.
That's what Ray Burrell certainly has been doing. Double-double in her last game, first career. She led the team against Tennessee State, 14 points. It's not too bad when you look over and you see Burrell and Kushkitawa being your 6th, 7th men or women coming off the bench. Horston long range jumper is good.
It's a good look. It's a good look. You know, she took first couple of shots were from beyond the arc, so this time she decided to get her feet set. Got the old beef there to balance the eyes, the elbow, and the follow through and knock down a 15-footer.
All the fundamentals intact as Horston gets on the board her first point. She had 14 in the first half against Stetson, didn't score any in the second, but really got out of the gates hot against Stetson, and now she's on the board.
Yeah, you look at this out of bounds play here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, that's your man. It's too late. You know, you gotta keep your head on the swivel. This Lady Vol team's already dangerous enough. You let alone leaving somebody wide open with that type of jump.
I wouldn't say Jordan Horston is the best person to leave open as well. That open, more than likely going to knock it down. Entry pass into Key from Horston. There's going to be a foul as Harris mixing it in the paint.
Yeah, you know, Coach Brown has gone with a little bit of a 1-3-1 defense there, which left the smallest person on the floor against the biggest person on the floor. So I don't know that that's going to be the best option for Arkansas Pine Bluff.
There's a full foot in height difference, 6'5" Key versus 5'5" Kiana Harris. There's off the board for Key there. There's Jaden McCoy, gets her first basket. Since her left hand injury, she's back and she's on the board.
Yeah, good up and under move. You know, she got to the sweet spot, used that left hand. Good up and under move.
She's 1 for 3 from the floor in her return. McCoy definitely adding a different spot in that 4 spot. We know we talked to Coach Harper. She said they tried Kassiana Kushkitawa in the 4 spot. That didn't work out like she wanted it to. Kushkitawa is pretty much a pure center. So with Jaden McCoy, that kind of pushes Lou Brown out more to the perimeter, gives them some different looks on offense.
Yeah, Coach Harper's got a ton of different looks that she can, you know, put some pieces into some places, and you know, no one has to be cemented into one position. So she's got a lot of different movable pieces.
Jordan Horston gets her 4th point. A nifty move in the paint. Driving against Taylor. That's swatted away from McCoy. Another block for Tennessee. Ray Burrell quickly moving the other way. Takes it in. It'll be a jump ball. Great defense by Sakindra Tilley.
Yeah, Sakindra Tilley got her feet set. It's great defense. Now she might have gotten away with a travel here. Let's look at this. Oh, with the up and under here. Let's look at this. Got her feet set. That was a legal move. Now, Horston here, on the other hand, that might have been 3 steps. A little liberal. The official said, you know, it's a good move. We'll go with it.
Nevertheless, a good bucket for Horston. She has 4 here all of a sudden. Entry pass to her. She's fouled. Their version of a little alley-oop inbounds play from afar. She'll get the contact out to the line.
Horston, you know, she's moving. That's a good screen. The screener action there. Got hit with the body.
Horston at the line, 2 for 4 from the stripe. 2 for 5. Well, Friday we've got a men's hoop doubleheader for you right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Number 9 Kentucky hosts UAB at Rupp Arena in our first game at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Then we'll take you to Gainesville for Marshall and Florida. Horston goes 0 for 2. Lady Lions trying to generate some offense on the other end. Under 4 here in the half, and they give it away. Ray Burrell quickly moving the other way, going up on Jayla Atmore. It's good.
Great push-ahead pass there. Great pass. Put it right on the money. All Burrell had to do was catch it, a couple of dribbles, go up with it, put it in.
5 turnovers in the quarter for Arkansas Pine Bluff. Tennessee, they had 8 in the first quarter, none here in the second.
Yeah, this size is really having an ill effect on the Lady Lions. It's really bothering them.
Burrell jump shot in transition, offensive board. Off another Lady Lion turnover. Makes 11 total for them, 6 here in the quarter. Ray Burrell on the drive, can't get it to go. defense from Tumi Amusa.
Yeah, fantastic move. And the water's kind of opened up for her, but she left it short.
3-point shot from Tyler Pyburn off the mark. Amusa, offensive rebound. Back to Pyburn, trying to squeeze it inside, and it's another turnover.
Yeah, it's just tough sledding right now. Tough sledding for the Lady Lions.
Brill to the rim. She's fouled. She'll head to the line.
Yeah, take a look at this here. You think that you got a chance to shoot a 15-footer. I'm sorry. Access denied. Leads to a fast break here. Ray Burrell with an easy bucket.
This Arkansas Pine Bluff team, they've really tried at points to work it into the middle. It hasn't worked to their advantage often. They're really not a team who shoots a lot of threes. They're last in their conference in terms of attempts, but when they do shoot it, they're fairly accurate.
Yeah, Andy, they shoot better from the 3 than they do from the 2, which you don't hear that much. But the Lady Vols have changed up a little bit and have gone to a 2-3 zone. But that 2-3 zone, they have so much size, so much length that it's really bothering them.
3 for El Hassan off the mark. Ray Burrell, she fell down on the other end, gets right back up and finishes the fast break layup.
Yeah, it's just right now it's too easy. It's way too easy for the Lady Vols.
A foul on Tamari Key underneath the basket. Ray Burrell, good toughness there, getting up after she falls down, gets the bucket.
You fall down, you get up. Oh, wait a minute. I got a fast break opportunity here. Let's get out on this break here.
No plays off, certainly, from Ray Burrell. That's that spark we talked about.
And a much-deserved round of applause as she checks out of the game right now. There's a couple of things that Coach Harper's really worried about in a game like this that's, out of hand already, 37-point deficit. One of them is injuries. 2 is making sure the Lady Vols really concentrate and their minds don't wander in a game like this. You still want to be fundamentally sound. You still want to take care of the basketball and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Renaya Davis picking up the offensive foul as she drove through the lane. That's her first, the team's 9th here of the half. Another turnover for Arkansas Pine Bluff. It's Jasmine Massengill crossover, and she's fouled.
Boy, that's a good hesitation move right there. Kind of slowed it down, lulled the defender to sleep. Hesitation, crossover, drew the foul.
Massengill, 2 points already on the night, heading back to the free throw line.
Look at that in and out, hesitate, That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Really steady in the way she plays, as earns 2 shots at the line. First one good. Well, Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, the SEC Nation traveling pregame show will be in Auburn for the Iron Bowl with Laura, Marty, Marcus, Paul, and Tim as they break down everything from the gridiron to the grill for Week 14 of the college football season. SEC Nation is presented by Regions Banks right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app.
Who wins that one, Andy?
It's going to be tough without Tua there. It certainly makes it difficult, but Alabama, they're more than just Tua. I think they can still get it done.
I think Auburn's defense, coupled with their offense, is going to equal an Auburn win.
Wow. Maybe a little upset in the Iron Bowl. Certainly both teams very well off in terms of talent as we get down late into the college football season. Tennessee here holding quite the lead. Just a minute and a half left before halftime. Tennessee 5-0 on the year, looking for 6 straight wins for the 3rd season in a row. Arkansas Pine Bluff winless so far. They've played a tough schedule. You mentioned they won't play a home game till December 28th.
But they haven't quit, Andy. Hadn't quit. Get a steal on one end and a knockdown bucket on the other. I'm not going to quit. And that's what Coach Brown's looking for right now. She's looking for a group of girls that, although tragedy struck, I need a group of girls that I can go to battle with right now, circle the wagons, and don't quit in this environment. Very well done.
Jayla Atmore, her first 2 points, as both sides will head over to their bench to have a conversation. Dawn Brown, as we mentioned, her first season here as head coach with the Lady Lions. However, this is not her first roundabout here in the SWAC. She's had plenty of experience, especially at Prairie View A&M, where she was pretty successful.
Yeah, this ain't her first rodeo. She can coach, and she'll get these girls to where they need to be. They got such a young lineup. They're waiting for some kids to get eligible. this is a tough challenge, and let's be honest. You walk into this environment, it's a tough environment to play in. The fandom, the passion, it's a tough environment to play in when you have a team that is undersized, that doesn't have the type of skills. You know, she's going to get her team there eventually.
This is an Arkansas Pine Bluff team who's looking for some success in the SWAC. They haven't had a winning season in the conference since 2008, 2009. This is certainly a coach in Don Brown who has experienced plenty of winning seasons. In her 6 years at Prairie View A&M, won 4 tournament championships, leading to 4 NCAA tournament appearances.
Absolutely.
Arkansas Pine Bluff just 39 wins this decade in the conference. They won 2 a season ago. These non-conference games, certainly good tests early on to help them develop their team, get them ready for SWAC conference play.
Yeah, you know, they're certainly not going to see anybody with the size of the Lady Vols in the SWAC conference. So, you know, if you can work on your stuff, work on your sets, work on your fundamentals, this can carry over to the SWAC regular season in conference, and I think they're going to be all right.
Certainly, if you can play hard against the Lady Vols, you can play hard against really any team in their conference. Will certainly give them a little motivation no matter the outcome. That is a great drive by Brittany Terry and a good finish.
Well, it's a good out-of-bounds set.
25 on the clock. The shot clock has turned off. Tennessee may elect to hold it for the final shot. Really leading by 37. Massengill. Over to Davis. Davis is wide open, but still holding. 5 on the clock now. Davis in the lane, can't get it to go. 2 now on the clock, and the Lady Lions can't get a shot off as second quarter buzzer sounds. Tennessee quite the lead here heading into the locker rooms, 48-11, as they have been pretty much dominant on all sides.
Yeah, from the start, they've been dominant. You know, this is one of those games where everybody's going to play. Everybody's going to get a chance to get in and get some good minutes. And the Lady Vols are really, really playing well right now.
Tennessee in control as we head to the half. Second half just about underway here at Thompson Bowling Arena, Tennessee with a comfortable lead. They lead 48-11. We welcome you back here to Thompson Bowling Arena alongside Steve Hamer. Eddie Brock with you here. Tennessee, 10 of 11 players scoring in the first half. Such a balanced attack. They looked very comfortable here early on.
They did. They looked very comfortable. But, Andy, the thing that you need to know, really all you need to know for this first half of this matchup tonight is the fact that the Lady Vols have more blocks than the Lady Lions have field goals tonight. And that speaks volumes.
And Tennessee, primarily through that first half, was led by Renaya Davis.
Yeah, Renaya Davis, we talked about it from the get-go. She makes things happen. She gets in the passing lane. She uses her quickness and athleticism to really get down the floor, get offensive rebounds, and then she can block shots as well. I mean, she's just fantastic at catching the ball, out the inbound pass, a great screen by Emily Saunders, putting it in an easy bucket.
Ray Burrell has really been running the floor well as tonight as well.
Yeah, you know, I believe she has 9 points in 10 minutes, something like that. So she's doing a fantastic job as well. Coming off the bench, 6-man, just, you know, instant spark plug. She's on the floor. She gets up. She runs the floor, and she's not afraid to take the hoop in the arm.
We should take a look at the stats. Tennessee 54% from the floor. Arkansas Pine Bluff 13%, but neither side has hit a 3 yet.
No, you know, and that's very interesting because the Lady Vols have taken their fair share of threes and just haven't knocked them down yet. Hey, that's the third ball that's right over here.
Right towards your way.
Towards my way here, man. I didn't get to that one either, you know. I do some stretching or something, man. Some calisthenics or something, Andy.
So Pine Bluff will begin the second half with the ball. They'll take an early 3 off the mark. Still no threes from either side. Renaya Davis quickly the other way. She's on double-double watch. She can't quite corral it.
Something tells me she's going to get that fairly soon.
9 points, 8 rebounds in that first half of work. She has 3 double-doubles already on the season. She is well on her way towards a fourth. And that'll keep her rising up in the Tennessee career charts, 21 already.
Now, if you're Coach Brown, you got to like what you see there. You scored the first bucket of the second half. You want your girls to not quit. They got to keep going after it. And on the other end with Coach Harper, again, we talked about this in the first half. She, primarily concerned with two different things. The injuries, can't have that in a game like this. The second thing is she wants her team to be able to focus. Don't quit. You keep going. You make sure that you keep that mindset, keep the foot on the gas, and keep playing.
Certainly a Tennessee team who wants to stay out in front. This is a Lady Vols team who, once they get in a groove, they really get in a groove. Look at all those runs they've been able to accumulate. 18-0 run in that second quarter here tonight.
Yeah. 18-0 run, but, you think that the Lady Lions are due for a run here, and they've put together back-to-back buckets. But, again, that just speaks, you look at Coach Harper's face, that she's in disbelief because they get lost on the defensive end, That's not having your mindset. That's not having the mental faculties there that you need to make sure that you stop your person on offense.
Tracy Totten left wide open in the paint. It's going to be an offensive foul on Tennessee there.
Yeah, you just kind of get lost there. There's no communication, and then it's too late. Tamara Key and Renee Davis kind of look at each other like, is that your man? Is that my man? And you get lost there, get lost in the shuffle. But as we talked about before, Andy, the Lady Lions, as games go on, they get better and they get better and they score more and more points.
They scored 19-0 against Illinois first quarter. They then won the second quarters and fourth quarters in terms of scoring. They play through the final whistle, and they're going to continue to do so, especially tonight.
And they're out hustling the Lady Vols right now.
There's a three from Harris, looking for the team's first of the night off the mark, but an offensive board. Driving in is Terry. She goes up off the mark as Renee Davis there on the defense.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds there.
Lou Brown left open from the right wing. That is off the rim, no good. Tamari Key fighting for the board. Massengill, Brown, turnover. Brown gets it back. Massengill for three. Still no threes from either side.
Yeah, very sloppy right now from both ends of the floor, especially for the Lady Vols. You didn't come out with the right mindset out of the second half. You got to look at this game as 0-0. 0-0. You win the next quarter. You win the next minute.
Kicked ball there, but Arkansas Pine Bluff certainly being scrappier here out of the gates. Second half, they've got a few rebounds amongst the trees of the Tennessee bigs, and they found some open players in the paint.
Yeah, you're not going to win this game. I think that's decided already, was decided a long time ago, but, you want them to execute plays, keep going to the basket as they did there. I mean, that's 6 points in the second half, so you're outscoring the Lady Vols. You're outpacing them right now.
Totten gets her fourth point of the second half. She drives right on in there.
Yeah, not afraid to mix it up, not afraid to go inside the trees, use your offhand there. Easy little 3-foot jump shot there.
Inbounds Tamari Key as she gets to go easy.
Yeah, Coach Harper's got just a plethora, a myriad, a bevy, a cornucopia of out-of-bounds sets there.
Tamari Key, one of those freshmen who has provided that great impact. Coach Harper gave her praise for naturally just keeping the ball up as Arkansas Pine Bluff gets the three to go.
Yeah, 9 points this second half. If they can just keep this intensity up, keep up the pace.
Tennessee looking to respond. They have yet to hit a three. Renaya Davis goes up for it, looking for double-digit points. She'll try to get it at the line.
Lady Vols just really need to settle down. Settle down. Don't force anything. Let their offense come to them. Move the ball around, run some sets, and get some better looks.
Renaya Davis hovering at around 80% from the line so far to start the season. She's good on her first one. Well, Friday we've got a men's hoop doubleheader for you right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Number 9 Kentucky hosts UAB at Rupp Arena in our first game at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Then we'll take you to Gainesville for Marshall and Florida. Renaya Davis goes 2 for 2. She's at 11 points. She adds 8 rebounds and also 4 assists to her total.
Could this be a triple-double type game?
The numbers,
if she could get there?
The numbers are right for it.
Yeah, she could get there.
Have to start dishing out the ball a bit more. She's there in the scoring, 2 away in the rebounds. That would certainly be quite the feat. It seems like the juniors almost done a bit of everything to start the season.
Lady Vols have kind of mixed it up. They've gone to that 2-3 zone again. It was very, very effective in the first half.
Totten tries another one off the mark this time. Renaya Davis taking it in the lane, a finish with one hand.
Yeah, coast to coast right there. Great rebound. Pushed the ball off the floor. You had a defender right behind you. She knew that, pushed the ball out. Did a great job of finishing.
Totten for 3. She hits it. That's 2 in the quarter for Arkansas Pine Bluff as the offense starting to flow in.
And they're true to form, you know. Didn't score well in the first, didn't do a whole lot in the second. Third quarter have come out now, 12 points.
Drive in from Horston, offensive foul, as that'll be a turnover, her 7th of the game.
You know, we alluded to that in the first half. You know, you got a freshman that kind of goes in out of control. Once again, right there, jump stop. Just jump stop. You avoid all contact. You've got a size advantage. Just knock it in. Easy jump shot off the glass.
For all the things that Horston does so well as just a freshman, so poised in these first games, it's really those turnovers is what she's just trying to work on here.
Yeah.
She'll have plenty of opportunities here in non-conference play just to get ready for the physicality that will be SEC conference play for Tennessee. Some really tough opponents they'll face this year. Another 3 for the Lady Lions. This one from freshman Tyler Piber, and they have 3 in the quarter.
Yeah, I don't know what that pep talk was at halftime, but, you know, I want to drink some of that juice that Coach Brown's handing out. They've come out ready to play.
Confidence from behind the arc. 2 in the quarter from Totten, 1 there from Pyburn. Tennessee tries to answer Renaya Davis, jumper from the free throw line.
Yeah, we know that they can score offensively, but right now Coach Harper wants them to play defense. You know, they didn't handle them man-to-man with the first couple of minutes of the third quarter. Now they went back to zone, and they've knocked down 3 after 3.
Totten tries another one off the mark. She has 2 in the quarter. She has 10 points this quarter already, just halfway through.
Look to go into the post right here.
Burrell, out of the baseline. It's kicked out of bounds off the Lady Lions.
Talk about execution. You know, again, you know, Andy, we got to get some of what Coach Brown's drinking here because, man, great dish, great, get your feet set, knock down the 3.
Lots of storylines coming out of the SEC this weekend. Unique Thompson, hard to have a better game than she had against UAB. 19 rebounds and 24 points.
Yeah, you know, those are games that you dream about. That's a very unique effort there with 24 points and 19 rebounds. That's big time.
Talk about Vic Schaefer, one of the best coaches in the SEC, earning that 200th victory. What a milestone for him.
Yeah, you know, and he deserves it, man. You know, he gets the most out of his girls each and every night. They play hard. They play well together. Look for them to make another run at the Final Four.
And Mississippi State sitting right there at 10 in the top 10. 6 SEC teams cracking the top 25. Arkansas hopping back in. Tennessee, as we mentioned just last week, stepped in, now at number 20.
Yeah, I think, you know, Tennessee is going to be in that top 20 for the rest of the season. Obviously, they got some challenging matchups coming up. Lady Longhorns are coming in. That's going to be a big-time matchup. You know, Stanford, Connecticut. But this group of girls is going to get better and better as the season goes along. And with that size and depth, they're going to be all right.
Certainly some tough non-conference matchups for Tennessee on the horizon. You mentioned that game against Stanford. They already got that big marquee win over Notre Dame, but Stanford might just be a whole nother level having to travel all the way over there.
Yeah, you know, and that one of the things that's good for the Lady Vols is that they're not afraid to play anybody. They never have been, never will be. And you go up to Notre Dame, you win by 11. Well, you know what? You can take that experience with you to Palo Alto out in California. They're not afraid to go out there and play. That's their mindset. So they're going to go out there and they're going to expect to win. Not, Andy, just expect to go out there and play well. They're going to go out there and expect to win.
They certainly have the caliber to do so, already proving that with that win against Notre Dame. Certainly that day with UConn is circled on everyone here. Fans, team included. That UConn game is surely circled on the calendar.
Yeah, and there were some comments made by a certain UConn coach that some unsavory comments that, you know, a little salty, So a little extra added something the Lady Vols have got in their back pocket to play with.
Should be a fun game later in January. Tennessee, though, does enjoy a 6-game homestand. They've already played 2 of those. This is the 3rd one. They'll stay home, though, for 3 more home games. It's nice to establish a presence here in front of your home crowd and really just get familiar with your team alongside with the fans.
Yeah, you know, and any of those fans that are kind of sitting back, a wait-and-see type of attitude, this is a great chance for these fans, these passionate fans, the best fans here in America, to come out and see this product. You know, come out and see them again. They're working hard. Coach Harper's got them doing what she needs them to do, so come back out and support the Lady Vols.
Tennessee getting to stay home over the Thanksgiving holidays. We talked to Coach Kelly Harper about the team's plans. They'll practice tomorrow, then they'll take Thursday off, let them enjoy their Thanksgiving break. Then they'll get right back to work shortly afterwards. They got to play Air Force on Sunday, but a nice break for this team as they do enjoy the homestand.
Yeah, one of the team moms is making some dinner. Speaking of, did you get the invitation in the mail?
I sadly did not. I'm still waiting. I figure it'll come soon.
Yeah, it must be lost or something. I assume we're going to get one.
Maybe tomorrow. There's still time. Still 2 days away. Massengill takes it in. She had an open lane. It was closed off, and she draws contact. She'll head to the line. Kushkitagawa having a pretty sneaky night. Good production.
See that seal right there, the seal. Nice over-the-top pass from Massengill. Very well done by Kushkitagawa.
Cassiana Kushkitagawa, 11 points. She's 5 for 5 from the floor. Perfect night from the strong center off the bench.
Yeah, she's having a great night. Again, this is an opportunity for all Lady Vols to get in there, get some meaningful minutes, get some confidence, and knock down some shots.
As you mentioned, 10 Lady Vols of the 11 who have played have found the score sheet. 3 of them now over 10 points. Ray Burrell, Kushkitagawa, and Renaya Davis, who has 15. Davis also has completed that double-double, 15 points, 11 rebounds. It's her 4th double-double of the season, 22nd of her career.
6 assists away from perhaps getting that triple-double.
The coveted, elusive triple-double to add to her stellar resume on the season. Take a lot of work here down the stretch. You also got to consider, as you mentioned, you want to avoid any chance of injury, especially in games late like this where you have the comfortable lead. You don't want to put anyone in jeopardy necessarily, already losing a really key piece in Zay Green.
Yeah, you know, you really want to make sure you take care of your business down the stretch. Just have a clean basketball game. This does give a chance for Coach Harper to, you know, mix up the lineups just a little bit, put some players that wouldn't ordinarily be on the floor at the same time, give them some more chemistry.
Kushkitagawa will head to the line. As talking about Zay Green, such an impactful player as a freshman last season. She had 9 points per game, all freshman team. Certainly a tough loss for her and her team not having her. She brings energy on both sides of the ball. Definitely a tough loss for the Lady Vols.
Yeah, just a silky smooth player, man. And you got to feel for her because she works so hard off season, you know, going overseas for the summer trip, playing well, and then coming back, and you know, you got your season ahead of you, and suffering a season-ending injury. That's just tough. But her teammates are really picking her up. They're making sure that her mind doesn't wander and feel bad for herself, and just keeping her engaged in practices and in games.
You know, head coach Kelly Harper went through the same process back when she was playing here. Definitely a good support system in that regard, as she's had to go through that process, and now she's experiencing here firsthand in her first season with one of their best players in Zay Green.
Really like Jayla's game for Pine Bluff. I mean, she's not afraid to go after it. Really like her game. Had a great layup on the other end, and really playing defense with a lot of tenacity on the defensive end. She's a good player.
Jayla Atmore, 4 points for Arkansas Pine Bluff tonight. The junior guard out of Winter Haven, Florida. As Cassiana Kushkitagawa travels, it will be a Tennessee turnover. Lady Vols with 15 of those tonight. Arkansas Pine Bluff 14. As the Lady Lions in that second quarter, turnovers started to accumulate. They've slowed down a bit though here in the second half. They've come out with a very strong third quarter.
Well, they're moving the ball around. You know, they got the dribble handoff action. They got some screens going on. They're making the Lady Vols work, setting on-ball screens. Now you draw the foul on Rennie. I mean, that's just good action. It's really good action. You saw too much in the first half of the one-on-one action, but here you got a dribble handoff, got an on-ball screen, and you dribble right to the nail there at the elbow, draw the foul.
It's Tyler Pyburn earning 2 shots at the line. She's had over 10 points of 2 or 3 games this season. She had 15 in her first game with the Lady Lions, and that kind of production early on as a freshman, it can be really big for this Arkansas Pine Bluff team.
Yeah, she's only going to get better. Playing in this type of environment amongst the trees, she's only going to get better.
She has 6 as she goes 1 for 2. Arkansas Pine Bluff outscoring Tennessee 18-16 here in the quarter. Massengill dishes it inside Kushkitawa, but there's Atmore who steals it away.
Well, it's the cardinal sin. You catch the ball off a great pass and you immediately bring it down. You bring it down to the size of Pine Bluff, and they're going to take it away every time.
3-pointer good from Pyburn. She has 9, and Arkansas Pine Bluff has hit their 4th 3 of the quarter.
They're playing with some real confidence right now.
Lead has been cut down to 32. Ray Burrell trying to answer. Tennessee still no threes in the game. Kushkitawa is there to clean it up.
Yeah, you know, they force the Lady Vols into, you know, not doing what they want to do on the offensive end, push the ball up the floor, knock down the 3. And look at the bench, man. You know, they haven't given up. They're still in it. Are they going to win the game? No. But at the same time, it's incremental steps, man. We're getting better as the game goes along. We haven't quit.
An unbelievable difference from Arkansas Pine Bluff here in the third quarter. Just a completely different quarter for them. We mentioned they are a scrappy team. They'll win late in the game, even though if they haven't won in the quarters previous. Just 11 points in the first half, 21 here in quarter 3. As they head to the locker room, they come out almost a different team.
Yeah, they've yet to put a whole game together, which is what, you know, their coach is looking for them to do, put a whole game together.
Burrell, hard contact, and she'll head to the line once again. For this Arkansas Pine Bluff team, you get confidence from quarters like this playing against Tennessee. You're outscoring them by 5 points here in a quarter. That kind of confidence will really transition as the season goes, and they will build on this and eventually have that game where it all comes together.
Well, sure. You know, if you're the Lady Lions, it doesn't matter who your opponent is in terms of the individual on the floor for the Lady Vols, because you look up and down the Lady Vols lineup. They got 4 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. So it doesn't matter that they're mixing in personnel. You just got to go out there and play a good, solid basketball game and finish this game.
Ray Burrell goes 1 for 2. 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. About 5 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Totten on a drive on Kushkitawa, gets it up, but no good. And Tennessee could just hold it for the last shot. They'll run the court anyways. Kushkitawa flails it up, and it's out of bounds, Tennessee ball.
Yeah, you know, Kushkitawa, again, this is 2 or 3 times now where she's catching the ball, and her first reaction is just to bring it down instead of catching the ball and keeping it high to where the defender can't get to it.
Kushkitawa, so much power. And there she goes, she keeps it up high. And if she keeps it down low, those guards are able to play with her. But that time,
much better.
Keeps it high, gets the basket. 5 seconds left, a deep shot. It goes from half court, still with a second remaining. What a way to end an incredible quarter for the Lady Lions.
On cue. Both teams stop playing that pass when the ball goes through the basket there. You know, you look at the defender, and Massengill's just kind of bad. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. Well, you know what? I challenge you, and I take that dare, and I'm going to knock it down.
With 5 seconds still in the quarter, no doubt. 5 threes for Arkansas Pine Bluff. They win the quarter. Saturday, it's all about the rivalries in Week 14 of the college football season. Kentucky will host Louisville at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, followed by Vandy in Tennessee. Then we got Florida State as they square off against number 11 Florida at the Swamp at 7:30. All 3 games are right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. And Steve, really is a good time here for the fans on Rocky Top. Their women's basketball program, they're undefeated with the lead right now. men's basketball team, they're undefeated. And Tennessee football, they've won 4 straight.
Yeah, Tennessee football may be the hottest thing on campus right now, winning 4 straight. And Vegas has them at 22.5-point favorites over Vandy this weekend.
A chance for 7-5, already going to a bowl game. I saw a stat on SEC Network last night. 5% chance at one point for us to win 6 games, or for Tennessee to win 6 games, and they have done so.
Jeremy Pruitt's done a wonderful job, just a wonderful job of just staying the course. You know, sometimes things happen beyond your control. Sometimes things don't go your way, but it's just a matter of staying the course, playing the right way, practicing the right way. Good results will happen.
Certainly a bevy of fresh new coaches here at Tennessee who are already doing such a good job in their early years, as Emily Saunders gets it to go and one. Kelly Harper, she's among the very new coaches here. Jeremy Pruitt new, Rick Barnes still somewhat new, and then Tony Vitello baseball. This is a great group of coaches that's been brought in, and Kelly Harper is really starting off very effectively in her first season.
Yeah, it's a good time on Rocky Top with everything that's going on in terms of athletics. Swimming and rugby, and you know, there's just so many things that are going right, and you can build on that. You know, recruiting across the board is only getting better, so you know, it's just a good time to be a volunteer.
McCoy on the drive, can't get it to go, as she has her first points already back from injury. She still has a little bit of a bandage, a little bit of wrap over that left hand, as they're easing her back in from injury. Pine Bluff trying to keep the momentum up, and there's another 3. It's Trassidy Totten. She hits again.
Yeah, Trassidy did a good job of realizing that Emily wasn't going to close out on her. It was a slow closeout, so I'm going to utilize your lack of speed against you and knock that down.
Rennie trying to respond. Saunders up at the board, no problem.
Yeah, you talk about keeping the ball high. You know, she just caught the rebound and just kept it up high. No one's going to block that. It was just an easy jump shot.
Trassidy Totten, 15 points, leads the way for Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's one of the things about the Lady Lions so far early that we've realized you never know who's going to step up offensively for this team, as multiple players game in and game out will lead the team, as Totten is really going to go 2 players.
Yeah, you look at the shot there by Rennie, doesn't go. You just catch it. You barely jump. You keep that ball high. No one's going to get to that, and she's going to get better and better at that. You know, as the season goes on, you know, Emily Saunders is going to realize that, man, I can play at this level. You know, I've got size, I've got strength, I've got athleticism. I can play at this level.
Saunders, 6'5", freshman center. She's working with 6 points, 3 for 4 from the floor. 2 rebounds as well. Get it inside to Saunders.
Got to face the basket. You catch the ball in the post, make yourself a threat, and catch the ball, turn around, face the basket.
Rennie's 3, no good. Burrell off its a board, but dribbled it out of bounds.
You know, again, with Rennie, and we've talked about this before, you want to see her jump a little bit more. There are some set shooters out there and some jump shooters. She's got to do a better job of really getting off of the floor a little bit, because most of her threes hit the front side of the rim. That just tells me you're not getting enough elevation.
Jessie Rennie, the three-point specialist, as all the shots she's taken are from the three-point line. She's made 2 of them. Freshman from Bendigo, Australia. Her and Lou Brown, both from Australia, as they're 2 of 3 all-time international players in Lady Vol history. Driving the lane from Atmore. She draws contact, will head to the line.
Now, that's just too easy for the Lady Vols. I mean, that's just, you know, coming off one pass there, just an easy dribble drive to the basket for the Lady Lions.
Atmore, 7 points. She'll head to the line, 3 of 8 from the floor. She adds 3 rebounds. She's hit a 3-pointer, as all of a sudden Arkansas Pine Bluff has become red hot from behind the arc. They've knocked down 6 of 17. Tennessee, on the other hand, 0 for 10.
Yeah, I mean, they're outscoring the Lady Vols. They're you know, imposing their will on the Lady Vols right now by pushing the tempo, just out hustling them.
Second one, no good. Offensive board for Pine Bluff, and a jumper good from Tyler Byburn.
And that's the perfect example. You know, you don't box out, You get out hustled, they get the offensive rebound, leads to an easy basket.
Lady Lions running quickly the other way. Here's Pyburn again. Trying to dump it into Morgan Christian, and it'll be a turnover.
I think that's the right call. Palming the basketball there is the right call. This is good for the Lady Vols, though. This is good for Coach Harper because, you know, sometimes you fall in love with your own accolades. You know, hey, we were up big time in the first quarter, second quarter. Well, you know what? You got to play for 40 minutes. So you look at this game on film tomorrow when they break this thing down. This gives Coach Harper a chance to say, look, you know, stop drinking your own Kool-Aid. Hey, you know, you really got to really set the mindset and play defense for 40 minutes. You got to execute and play ball.
Emily Saunders just using the height to her advantage. 6'5", gets it to go. She has 8 points. That is her season high in her first year.
Good for her.
She plays tall in the paint. No problems that time as she looks smooth from the floor. Tennessee leading by 33. Atmore with it. Top of the key, a drive and a finish.
That's too easy. Too easy. You got to be pleased if you're Coach Brown. You really do. You know, it's a successful game. You know, you weren't going to win the game going in, but at the same time, you haven't quit. You've outscored the Lady Vols in the third quarter. Now starting the fourth quarter, you know, good things are coming for the Lady Lions.
And the question I was about to ask you is, this is certainly a positive game. A lot you can take away. Obviously, there are things here and there, nitpicky reasons why, things you can look at, but ultimately a pretty good game here. But Saunders has been tough. That height has been tough for them to handle.
Yeah, you could have that all night long. You know, that's just over the top. You seal there. You didn't get the ball in the first opportunity with your back to the defender, but then you close her off and you seal over the top pass. It's just too easy.
Tennessee, they've consistently out-rebounded their opponents all season. They're winning the rebound game 48-27. 16 of those offensive rebounds. Once again, that rebound margin sky high.
Gives you a chance here to run some of your sets.
Another offensive foul called. That's on Ray Burrell as she trudges through the paint as the Lady Lions get the turnover.
Yeah, Coach Harper's about to have a conniption here because you talk about the good things that Ray Burrell does, the hustle, instant offense. Those are the bad things. Going in out of control just kind of drives Coach Harper crazy. She wants that consistency from her.
And Coach Harper says you're always going to get something from Ray Burrell. You just never know kind of what you are going to get. We've seen flashes at times, and turnover there as Horston, a nifty move, dish to Burrell, finish and one.
Now that's the good. That's the good. You know, fantastic steal behind the back with Horston. You know, that's just something freshmen don't do at this level. You look at this steal here, instinctively going behind the back, knowing that you got a teammate hustling up the floor. Burrell hooping the harm, easy basket.
Fantastic technique from Jordan Horston. Split-second decision. Heads around the back, and Ray Burrell, she missed the free throw, but she's really been running the transition offense well tonight.
Really has.
Point guard Harris with it for the Lady Lions. Tennessee outscoring Arkansas Pine Bluff 10-7 here in quarter four. It's Mari Key waiting to check in.
The Lady Vols have a good problem to have, man. You take out one 6'5", you put another 6'5" in. You know?
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, you know.
And if you look at the height, they've really shown statistically, those rebounding numbers are off the charts.
Yeah, they are. You know, 53 rebounds a game. I mean, that is really big time. You know, a plus-minus of 17.8 rebounds over your opponent. Again, if just a small fraction, a portion of those are offensive rebounds, it gives you a chance to extend the offensive set, get another putback. That's big time from the Lady Vols.
Plus 21 in the rebound category tonight. And really, it's been a group effort in that department. They have several players, 8 of them, averaging over 4.5 rebounds per game. Everyone aggressive on the boards.
And you know, with that size, you force shots like that.
Well, Hassan has fouled out for Arkansas Pine Bluff as she finishes her night 0 for 11 from the floor, as she's been one of their top scorers all year. She, in all 3 games, scored double digits, shut out here tonight.
Yeah, been a rough night. Been a really rough night for her. But it has given an opportunity for her teammates to shine a little bit, take some shots, knock some shots down.
Her team certainly has covered for her in areas as Tamari Key gets the basket to go. At Totten, 15 points. She's been uncharacteristically spectacular here tonight, late in the game. She's covered fairly well from that 3-point line, 3 of them.
She's telling Coach Brown, you know, hey, man, put some shine on me. I can knock this thing down, too.
Seven points in the quarter for the Lady Lions. They're setting up their offense. Harris with 8 on the shot clock takes the deep ball 3. It's good.
Yeah, Horston went underneath that on-ball screen and never got her hand up. You know, defensively, if you go underneath, the least you can do is just get your hand up, try to influence the shot a little bit.
We'll call a long 2 for Kiana Harris, who averages 36 minutes per game so far this season. Jaden McCoy using the strength inside gets it to go.
Jaden McCoy, I'm telling you, she's barking out defensive commands after knocking down the jump shot.
Seems very comfortable already in her first season. Not new to collegiate level basketball. She's had good experience over Northwestern Florida State College. Ray Burrell running the floor again, just short. Horston cleans it up on the board. McCoy back up. Another offensive rebound. Wide open McCoy again. This one, she'll get it to go.
McCoy just uses that body, man. You're going to move out of the way or you're going to foul me. You know, point blank, I'm going to either go to the line or I'm going to knock this shot down.
Jay McCoy, 6 points. That's the most this season for the new transfer. She gets Tennessee to 83 as Lady Vols outscoring Arkansas Pine Bluff 16-9 here in quarter 4. They have a comfortable lead. Tennessee Lady Vols looking to make it 6-0 to start the season. They have the lead with 3.5 left to play in the 4th quarter. Well, we mentioned the tragic circumstances in the loss of Sierra Lee Wade, the Arkansas Pine Bluff team and community. This was pregame, a sign of unity, coming together as basketball players and communities, as Tennessee, some handwritten cards for Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah, well done by the Lady Vols. Talking to Coach Harper earlier today, you know, she was hesitant about telling her team during shoot-around of the tragic events of last night. She wanted to talk to them a little bit about it later, and she wanted to show support by giving not just a note, not just a card, but a handwritten card to each player representing the Lady Lions. Just well done by the Lady Vols, well done by the community that is the Lady Vols.
It was certainly an unthinkable tragedy that has affected everyone that associates with Arkansas Pine Bluff. However, they have played tonight's game very valiantly, and they have really seen the support as well from the community here in Knoxville, and definitely a team who will be playing, have played with somber hearts tonight, and will look to move forward in remembrance of her, certainly.
Yeah, you know, Coach Brown, again, she said in a lot of ways it's good for them to be on the road as opposed to being at home and dealing with this situation at home.
Timeout on the floor, 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. About 3 minutes remaining here between Tennessee and Arkansas Pine Bluff in Knoxville for the Lady Lions. This is certainly one of the tougher opponents they'll face in the Lady Vols, but it still doesn't get easy from here on out as they'll head to Ames and play Iowa State. All these games are on the road. They won't play a home game until December 28th.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough for young ladies to be out, especially you're going to be on the road at Thanksgiving. You know, you'll be on the road for Christmas, and you get that first matchup at home December the 28th. Against Philander Smith, so that's a tough road to hoe.
We'll take on Iowa State Friday as Ashley Jowens for the Cyclones is the 3rd highest points per average in the NCAA right now. That'll be a handful to keep up with over in Ames.
And a tough place to play as well, so hats off to whoever made that schedule. That's
certainly some early tests as they prepare for SWAC conference play. Be back at home December 28th. Tennessee on the other side, they're almost the opposite. They've had a nice home stretch, and they're just halfway through it. They'll keep playing at home. We mentioned they have a nice little Thanksgiving break coming up. They'll take Thursday off and then get back to work. They'll prepare for Air Force coming up on Sunday and try to extend this home stretch with some more wins on the schedule.
Yeah, and I think it's important for them to be able to, eat a little Thanksgiving lunch and some leftovers and just kind of gather your thoughts, relax a little bit, enjoy some Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, a little football, basketball action, eat again. Wait a minute, I'm talking about my schedule here. Well, I was supposed to be talking about the Lady Vols. But anyway, it's a chance for them to take some time off.
Absolutely, as they have a tough schedule in the remaining of the season. They play 5 of the top 10 teams as they progress through this year, starting with Stanford coming up on the road. That'll be their first top 10 matchup. Tamari Key at the line. Tennessee tries to extend the lead to 40. Off the mark. Well, it's finally here. You can download the Disney Plus app right now and start streaming the best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic ad-free and wherever and whenever you want them. For more, go to DisneyPlus.com. Steve, I know we talked a little bit last week about Toy Story and how that was one of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
That is certainly quite the app. I've enjoyed going through some of those old movies, old shows, and just reliving some childhood memories.
Your most underrated Disney movie, Andy?
I know most of the Disney movies get a lot of hype, but I think I might have mentioned last week Monsters, Inc. is my go-to. It sometimes gets overlooked in terms of Pixar. Finding Nemo is good, too.
Yeah, well played. Lion King is good. Saw The Little Mermaid live on ABC a week ago, and I was enthralled. I really was, man. There's just something about sitting there with your children. I've got a 6-year-old that was just enthralled, just watching it, singing along, and you just find yourself singing along as well. So just well done by Disney, well done by Pixar. Some of my favorite movies are Pixar movies.
Absolutely, and they're all right there on that nice, easy-to-surf app. And really has been a good start for it in its debut a couple weeks ago.
Mandalorian? You into that yet?
Absolutely. 3 fantastic episodes so far. Have to check it out. Hey, Burrell, she'll head back to the line as we head about to the 90-minute mark. Tennessee up by 40 as Burrell's in a bit of pain after that one.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to see if you're Coach Harper. Don't want to see it. She does a wonderful job of going baseline, jump stop, avoiding the contact. It's just it's an underutilized move, man. That jump stop, it creates an avenue for you to go around a defender or just rise above a defender without falling over a defender.
14 points for Burrell off the bench. She's been all over the place, diving on the floor, making plays, run the court. Another good night for her.
Yeah, I thought her night was over here. I thought she was getting ready to come out of the game. She's holding her back a little bit, but Coach Harper decided to take Tamari out instead.
And if you're Coach Harper heading into this Thanksgiving break, what are your takeaways here? You started hot. Defense was solid first half, but you let Arkansas Pine Bluff kind of inch their way. They won the third quarter. Yeah,
I think you've got some things to look on tape. The tape never lies. Defensive players will tell you, no, I played as hard as I possibly could the entire game. Well, the tape doesn't lie. Film doesn't lie, and it tells you what you need to do a better job of.
Burrell snatched by Atmore as McCoy makes a block inside, and it'll be a foul on Tennessee.
Coach Harper definitely talked about it. It was a fear of, just not playing hard the entire game. Now, that's an example. Jaden McCoy of playing hard, not giving up, blocking the shot and tipping it out and giving her teammates a chance to recover.
Now McCoy, a pair of blocks along with 6 points, 5 rebounds. And her return.
The officials playing to the end as well, Andy. Now, there's no give up on these guys as well.
No doubt about it. As that is the 41st foul call here tonight. Tennessee only 18 fouls. They had a bit of foul trouble in their first game against ETSU. Ever since then, though, they've really done a good job of limiting the foul trouble. Sometimes it can be hard when you have a team with this height and this presence inside, but they've done a good job of staying out of foul trouble for the most part.
Sure. Again, we talk about that depth. You know, you get someone in foul trouble, you just bring another 5-star in off the bench.
There's another whistle. The third one here in the last 15 seconds. Arkansas Pine Bluff will use the time to make some subs. Noel Taylor checks back in.
I think at this point, both teams are just ready to get out of Dodge right now. You know, just call it. You know, don't extend this game any longer. You run the risk of someone getting hurt. You run the risk of something happening. So, you know, just let the ladies play a little bit for the last minute. Everybody heads home happy.
Thanksgiving certainly on the minds. Turkey on the mind. Maybe a side of choice. Steve, what's your go-to side?
That's a great question. Great question, Andy. I start off with a healthy portion of turkey.
Absolutely.
And I got to go with sweet potato casserole without marshmallows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Then perhaps some green bean casserole and deviled eggs, that type of stuff. So, you know, you can't put the marshmallows on. It just ruins it for me. But, man, that is really good. That's a good start. Good start for me.
Absolutely.
What about you, Andy?
You know, I've never been a fan of the green bean casserole myself. I've never been a fan, but the things I do enjoy, mac and cheese, always a good go-to in the Brock household. We have ham alongside of our turkey. That is a great compliment. I'm almost more of a ham fan than I am a turkey fan. I know it's a bold statement.
Wow.
But I love the ham. Other than that, a good stuffing, always fantastic.
You know, Andy, there are times in which you talk to people, and in those times, you find out information that you wish you didn't know about people.
That's one of them?
Yeah. It makes you look at people differently. With you just saying that, you know, from now on, I look at you differently, man, you know?
That's fine. Just ham, you know, that's my choice. I mean, I'll stick with it.
I love you, Andy, but, you know, just, that's tough, man. It's tough.
Sorry to all the turkey lovers out there. I still like it. No doubt about it. 30 seconds remaining. Tennessee will improve to 6-0 on the season. First time Kelly Harper can say that in her career. This is the first time she started 5-0. She now improves 6-0. It's the third straight year Tennessee's been 6-0 to start the season.
And only going up from there.
Scrap on the floor. It'll be Arkansas Pine Bluff ball.
Now, this will help me out, Andy. Will you go turkey, or I'm sorry, will you go ham, or will you go ham?
No, I mix it all in together. A little ham, turkey, the nap, and then you keep combining them.
Okay.
Like 2 for 1.
Makes me feel better.
Well, final buzzer sounds here at Thompson Bowling. Tennessee improves to 6-0. They get the job done here on a somber night for Arkansas Pine Bluff as going through what they are going through. They performed valiantly here on the road in a tough environment.
Yeah, playing under certain circumstances, which is tough for anybody to deal with, let alone these kids that are coming out to play this game of basketball. I think they played very, very well and just made that community at Pine Bluff very proud. Absolutely.
Tennessee, though, getting the victory, 10 of 11 players into the score column. So for Steve and our entire crew, Andy Brock with you here saying so long from Knoxville, with the final score 92-51. Tennessee gets the win. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of the SEC Network.